Hey yo, what is up? Welcome to Ninja Geek Games. Have you ever wondered what happened after Indiana Jones found those priceless artifacts? Well, he was right, they belong in a museum. Curators was a Kickstarter game from Worldshapers where your role is to allocate staff at your disposal to develop a museum filled with exhibitions, entice visitors, fulfill contracts, and gain money to further expand the museum. Curators has tile laying elements, puzzles to solve in the form of contracts, as well as a really cool mechanic for selecting your workers to carry out those actions. There is also a solo mode, but I'll let you figure that out on your own. Just kidding, we'll discuss that later in the video. If you enjoy this review, please consider subscribing to the channel by hitting the button. Now, during the game, players take turns by performing one action. The action depends on which employee token you decide to flip, of which there are 5. These are the 5 available employee tokens that are at your disposal during the game. If you want to add a wing to your museum, simply flip the carpenter tile, select one of the wing tiles that are available, pay its cost, and add that tile in any orientation to museum. Want to gain valuable objects into storage? No problem. Simply flip the archaeologist and good old Indy will allow you to select objects from the supply and place them at the auction house and into your storage. The collection manager allows you to gain objects from the auction house into storage, paying their cost, and the restorer lets you move these objects from your storage into the wings of your museum. Lastly, the financial manager allows you to gain income based on the number of visitors you have in your museum. Now, the intricacies of this game come with how these actions interact and overlap with each other. For example, the wings come in different shapes, sizes and colours, and to buy a wing, depending on its location in the market area and how much you want it, costs varying amounts of money. If you're short of cash, you'll need to use the financial manager to receive money per visitor, but to get more visitors, each room within the wing needs to hold an object of the same colour. You then need to use money to also purchase specific coloured objects that sit in your storage area before being exhibited. This means you really need to plan ahead in order to develop your museum, because remember, you only get to take one action at a time, so that sorely needed wing could end up in the grubby hands of your rival. However, the game has this really cool mechanic where you can take a double allocation action, which are kind of super boosts to the standard actions. Now, each of these employee tokens is double-sided with a different icon on the other side. And any one side of a token also has a smaller image of what's located on its reverse side. At some point in the game, you're going to have tokens where at least 2 of them have the same employee images face up, where you can flip both tokens to double allocate employees. This means you can take that action twice. This can really help you if you plan carefully, as being able to take 2 of the same actions during your turn can leave you with lots of cash for your next turn or additional wings in which to place objects. And if you're lucky, you can have this double action allocation occur a few times in a row throughout the game. The game continues until the last wing tile is taken, where players then get one more round before scoring victory points. You gain points for completing wings, where each room on a wing tile contains matching coloured objects, with more points given for completing larger tiles. You'll also gain victory points for leftover money and for any additional objects that are placed in your museum. However, each player also has secret contract cards that show a specific shape of coloured rooms. If you manage to place your wings so that you fulfill the shape requirement anywhere in your museum, complete with objects, you'll gain some bonus points as well. You gain more of these as the game continues, as well as more tricky, complicated contracts, meaning wing selection as an action becomes very important. The game also comes with a solo mode that offers 18 different missions. Each mission sets out a main objective or 2, as well as allowing you to take special actions created for that mission or force you to do something at particular rounds. These missions get progressively tougher, but are essentially a puzzle you need to solve by playing actions in the correct order. The fact you have 18 to complete is awesome, as they are varied and require different tactics for each one. Now, regardless of whether you play solo or multiplayer, this is a great puzzle game with some awesome mechanics built in. Downtime between turns is virtually non-existent, and having both hidden bonus contracts plus the option to play with advanced rule cards provides a great deal of variability with each game. Solo mode is fast-paced with multiple missions and becomes a bit of a brain burner, but a fun one. I like this game. The rules are clear and very well laid out, meaning you can play a game after a quick read. Forward thinking and careful management of your employee tokens is a must if you want a successful game, and it's quite rewarding too. This is Ninja Geek Games. Cheers.